Curious about Big Meech in 2025? Here is a clear, respectful look rooted in verified public facts, not rumors. We cover the hot topics readers ask for: house tour, wife, children, cars, and net worth, and we set honest expectations up front. His rise with BMF drew national attention, then came the long prison years. In 2024, he moved to a residential reentry program in Miami, with full release set for early 2026. Reports in 2025 point to a quieter return to family life under supervision, not a splashy comeback. What changed and what stayed the same? The past is bold, the present is measured. There are no confirmed details on a new house, a public wife, day-to-day time with his children, or any car collection. The BMF TV series keeps his story in view, yet his current private life stays off the record. This guide keeps it simple and factual. You will see what is known today, what is still unconfirmed, and what that means for a real house tour, any public notes on wife and children, the cars question, and the truth about net worth. If you want hype, this is not it. If you want clear answers in plain words, you are in the right place. Big Meech in 2025, where he stands, how he lives now. Here is the clear picture in 2025. Big Meech is home in a limited way, focused on structure, health, and quiet time with family. The attention is still there, but the pace is slower, the circle is smaller, and the goals are different. Think restoration over spectacle. Fast facts and timeline readers should know. Role: co-founder and leader of BMF during its peak years. Arrest: 2005 federal sweep that ended the organization's run. Sentence: 30 years handed down in 2008 for drug trafficking. Status shift: transferred to a residential reentry program in Miami in October 2024. 2025 reality: living under supervision with strict rules and monitored movement. Full release date set for January 27, 2026 per federal records. Public life limited by design. No verified address, no public house tour, no confirmed details on a spouse day-to-day with children or cars. Focus now: health, family ties, and compliance steps toward reentry. Where Big Meech lives now and what daily life looks like. He stays in a halfway house setting in Miami, which means structure and oversight. Mornings often center on workouts, stretching, and steady cardio to keep the body strong. Meals are simple and social when possible, with family time worked in around approved schedules. The day includes meetings about legal ventures, mentorship chats, and program check-ins. He listens more, talks less, and moves with purpose. Calls and visits go through set channels, and routines drive the week. The circle is tighter now, built on trust and old bonds that survived the years. Public appearances are rare. You will see measured posts, not viral moments. The theme is discipline first, progress second, spotlight last. Privacy, security, and staying low-key in 2025. Privacy matters for safety, peace, and compliance. After years in the news, quiet helps him follow rules, support family, and avoid noise that invites risk. He treats the home base like a safe zone, with vetted visitors and scheduled time that respects curfews and program standards. Travel is careful and limited, tied to approvals and clear reasons. He avoids predictable patterns and keeps plans need to know. Conversations happen face-to-face or through monitored channels when required. This low-key approach protects his progress. It reduces pressure, shields loved ones, and lowers chances of setbacks. Privacy is not secrecy here. It is a practical shield that keeps the focus on finishing the sentence, staying healthy, and building a stable next chapter. Inside Big Meech's homes, 2025 house tour of Atlanta and Miami memories. The homes tied to Big Meech tell a story, loud at first, then quiet and careful. What follows pulls from public features that were documented in the BMF era and adds clear context for 2025. No hype, just what shaped the vibe, how spaces worked, and how the energy shifted. Atlanta mansion highlights that defined his old lifestyle. Public records and coverage point to a large Atlanta estate built for scale and entertainment. The property featured an indoor pool plus an outdoor pool, a home theater, and a two-story ballroom that set the tone for big nights. A private tennis court rounded out the sports side. Finishes like marble floors and high ceilings fit the luxury tier of homes in that area, although specific materials were not confirmed in records. Private wings gave space for downtime, with multiple bedrooms and bathrooms for guests and close friends. At the peak, parties filled the ballroom and pool decks, and the house functioned like a hub for long evenings and curated crowds. Miami waterfront estate, docks, views, and outdoor living. There is no verified blueprint of a Miami estate, so treat this as context, not a property reveal. When people talk about his Miami memories, they picture water access, open intracoastal or bay views, and a backyard set up for long days outside. Think a pool facing the water, a lawn or terrace for mingling, and hedges or walls that kept eyes out. A dock would fit the lifestyle many high-end Miami homes offer, with room for boats and quick getaway rides. The feel is breezy and private, where you step outside, smell salt in the air, and let music carry across the water without spilling into the street. Design style and security tech without giving away secrets. His spaces leaned modern luxe, with custom furniture built low and wide, soft rugs, and clean lines that made rooms feel open. Smart lighting set scenes for movies, dinners, or late talks, while curated art and a tight sound system pulled the rooms together. The aesthetic was bold but controlled, less clutter, more statement pieces. On the safety side, think robust security, controlled access, and layered monitoring that protected family and guests. No brands, no layouts, just a clear point: these homes prioritized privacy and order, and the tech stayed in the background so the spaces felt natural. What changed by 2025? More quiet, less show. The tone in 2025 is smaller and steadier. The focus shifted from large showcases to family-first space, with simple meals, short visits, and tight schedules that respect program rules. Gatherings are selective, often short, and planned with care. Rooms that once hosted late nights now support calls, workouts, and rest. You feel the difference right away. Less traffic, more intention. He is trimming the noise, keeping trusted faces close, and using space like a shield, not a stage. The goal is progress, not headlines, and the home life reflects that shift at every turn. Family life in 2025, Big Meech's wife, children, and support system. Family sits at the center of his quiet 2025 routine. The focus is simple: keep the circle close, protect peace, and invest in real growth. Public details are limited by choice and by rules, so what you will find here is respectful, verified, and focused on what is known. Who is Tasha Flannery, and why she stays off the radar? There is no verified record of a spouse for Big Meech in 2025, and no confirmed public profile for someone named Tasha Flannery connected as a wife. The name appears in rumors and fan talk, not in reliable sources. Out of respect for privacy, it is fair to say this remains unconfirmed. What is clear is the family preference for privacy. Loved ones keep a low profile, avoid the spotlight, and skip public statements. This protects daily life, keeps stress down, and supports reentry goals. The approach is calm, private, and family first, not social media first. Children's spotlight: Lil Meech and the Path in TV and music. Demetrius Flannery Jr., known as Lil Meech, holds the public role in the family. He stars as his father in the STARZ series BMF, a part that asks for depth, study, and discipline. Viewers see the arc on screen, but behind that is steady work in acting class, set life, and press. He also records music under his own name. The aim is clear: build a career he owns while honoring his father's story. He talks about growth, doing the work, and earning respect on set and in the studio. Fans see an artist shaping his lane with patience, craft, and consistency. It is a path built on talent, not shortcuts. Family moments, values, and life lessons in 2025. The best parts of their week look simple: shared meals when schedules allow, check-ins that start with "How are you, really?" and end with clear next steps. Short visits mean they value small wins, a calm room, and honest talks more than any big scene. The values are steady: communication even when it is hard, growth one choice at a time, second chances owned through action. They keep routines that signal care, like calls after appointments, weekend updates, and quick prayers or reflections before bed. The message is consistent: keep moving, stay humble, and build trust with time. Public life versus private life, setting healthy boundaries. Attention comes with the name, so the family sets boundaries early. Media invites are selective. Public events are rare and planned with security in mind. Online talk stays outside the home with a firm rule: do not engage with bait. Safety and mental health come first. They manage expectations, share only what is safe, and skip live location posts. Team members buffer requests so family time stays quiet. When rumors spike, they choose silence, then let facts arrive in due course. The plan is simple and strong: protect peace, honor commitments, and keep the focus on healthy progress. Big Meech cars, from supercars to a slimmer 2025 garage. The car story tracks the arc of his life, loud at first, then quiet and careful. Think nameplates that filled posters, followed by a 2025 setup built for peace, not flash. Below is a clean snapshot that honors the past and explains the shift. Signature exotics from the peak years. The talk around his peak years always circles the same badges. Picture a Bugatti Chiron Super Sport in ink black, mirror finish and satin accents. Add a gloss carbon Pagani Huayra with bronze center locks and tricolor stitching that pops under cabin lights. Ferrari flagships fit the mood too, in Rosso Corsa or Grigio Titania with carbon buckets and a flat bottom wheel. Lamborghini favorites would wear loud colors, Verde Mantis or Giallo paint, with forged wheels and sport seats. Custom Bentleys complete the line, big body, deep navy or cream, contrast piping and a starry headliner for night drives. The palette read bold, the trim read bespoke and the energy was full throttle. Custom builds and favorite mods. Styles from that era lean tasteful but loud. Paint often went two-stage metallic with ceramic coats. Wheels ran staggered, forged and light, tucked just right over massive brakes. Interior showed diamond or hex stitching, contrast piping and Alcantara touchpoints. Audio mattered, so clean amps, stealth subs and tuned highs sat behind factory panels. Performance tweaks stayed subtle, intake and exhaust for tone and response, light remaps inside safe limits and better rubber for grip. The goal was simple, make it his without killing daily comfort. What he drives in 2025 and why it is more low-key. The 2025 Garage is smaller and calmer by design. Think quiet luxury instead of parade routes. He favors comfortable rides with thick glass, soft leather and advanced driver aids that reduce stress in traffic. Privacy matters, so dark tint, low badge trims and neutral colors help him move without a crowd. Safety leads the spec sheet, adaptive cruise, 360 cameras, lane support and serious braking power. Ride quality counts more than lap times with air suspension and quiet cabins to keep the day steady. It fits the moment, focused on compliance, family time and fewer eyes. Costs, upkeep and lessons from a high-end fleet. Supercars teach fast lessons. Maintenance hits hard, annual service, brakes, tires and fluids can stack to 5 figures. Insurance climbs with risk scores and zip codes and claims history shadows every renewal. Storage is not just a garage, it is climate control, trickle chargers and start cycles that keep seals healthy. Values can soar on rare builds and fall just as fast when trends shift or mileage climbs. After legal troubles, the smart move is clear: keep fewer cars, pick reliable luxury and favor liquidity over headlines. The leaner setup protects peace of mind and keeps costs predictable without losing style. Big Meech net worth in 2025, what changed and what pays the bills? Net worth in 2025 looks very different from the early 2000s. Most of the old fortune is gone. Legal outcomes, time away from business and strict supervision shape what is possible today. What remains are measured options tied to media, public interest and careful planning that meets the rules. Then versus now, the numbers and why they changed. At his peak, estimates put his wealth in the tens of millions. After the federal case, most assets tied to illegal activity were seized, forfeited or sold. That wiped out cash, homes, vehicles and high-value items. Courts also imposed fines and restitution, which added to the hit. 2 decades in custody cut off income and compounding. Legal fees, appeals, and ongoing compliance costs drained what was left. By 2025, public estimates cluster far below past levels and vary widely, which is common when records are sealed or scattered. The bottom line is simple: court actions and time away from business reset the numbers. How he earns legally today. Today, income must be clean, documented, and within supervision rules. The most realistic legal streams include paid appearances for moderated events, podcasts, or interviews with contracts and approvals. Consulting on scripted projects or documentaries based on public history, when allowed. Licensing of name or likeness in controlled settings, often handled by representatives. Speaking fees for cautionary talks about choices, law, and life after prison. Merchandise or collaborations run by third parties with clear compliance steps. Details of any contracts are not public and amounts vary by deal. The approach is conservative: protect rights, avoid risk, and stay within legal guidance. What was seized, what was sold, and what survived? Law enforcement seized property linked to the case, including luxury homes, vehicles, jewelry, cash, and business interests. Many items went through forfeiture and auction, and associated companies were dismantled. Anything traceable to illegal proceeds did not survive. That is why the past lifestyle could not carry forward. What survived is mostly non-monetary, family ties, name recognition, and a story that media still studies. In financial terms, that translates to a leaner setup in 2025. Think modest housing, basic transportation, and controlled spending. The focus is stability, not show. Spending now, family first, smarter choices. Spending today targets peace and progress. Budgets cover housing, food, transport, healthcare, and legal compliance. Family support sits near the top of the list. He prioritizes small, clear expenses over status buys. Every move is tracked and documented to keep things clean. When there is room to invest, it favors low-risk legal work. Think consulting on media, small partnerships vetted by counsel, and savings that are easy to audit. Taxes get handled early. Professional advice replaces gut calls. The goal is steady footing, time with loved ones, and a record that supports full release and a normal life. Legacy, pop culture, and what comes next for Big Meech. His name sits at a rare crossroads of crime history and music culture. The story is fixed in court records, yet it lives on through TV, lyrics, and interviews. That mix keeps interest high in 2025 and shapes what a measured, legal next chapter could look like. BMF on screen and in music, shaping the story people know. The STARZ series BMF, led by 50 Cent and driven on screen by Lil Meech, keeps this story in front of millions. The show refreshes the timeline for new viewers, while classic rap references and fresh mentions in songs hold the older crowd. That steady attention can open lawful doors, consulting on scripts, controlled licensing, and moderated interviews with approvals in place. Clear contracts and compliance keep things clean. When the narrative is front and center, legal opportunities follow, not the other way around. That is the key difference in 2025, measured moves that respect supervision and protect long-term freedom. From legend to lessons, money, risk, and growth. Fast money looks sweet, then it takes everything. The short path paid up front, but the bill came due with decades lost, assets seized, and family strained. Trust matters too, both in partners and in your own limits. Loose circles invite leaks, and bad calls get louder when the stakes rise. The deeper lesson is growth. Choose slow, legal income, and protect time, peace, and records. Keep paperwork tight, taxes current, and advice professional. Live smaller than your ego and larger than your worst day. That is how you build a life you can keep. What to watch in 2025: projects, appearances, and public moves. He remains under supervision, so any public step should be modest and verified. Track official announcements tied to BMF on STARZ, consulting credits, or licensed name and likeness use. Watch for family collaborations that fit within rules, such as Lil Meech-led media that credits legal guidance and keeps contracts documented. Community work would matter most: quiet mentoring, recorded talks about choices, or partnerships with vetted groups. Prioritize sources with contracts or statements, not chatter. Expect limited appearances, controlled interviews, and compliance-first paperwork. The goal is simple: protect progress now to keep doors open in 2026. Big Meech 2025 sits at a clear crossroads, past flash on pause, present focused on family, health, and lawful work. The old house tour stories in Atlanta and Miami still draw clicks, but the real address is a halfway house in Miami with structure and rules. Talk of a public wife stays unconfirmed, while family ties, especially with Lil Meech, carry steady weight. The cars that once stole the scene have given way to quiet, safe transport that keeps the day smooth. Net worth is lean and clean, shaped by seized assets and strict oversight, with any income tied to legal, documented projects. That shift is not small. It shows growth, discipline, and a choice to value privacy over noise. The lesson travels well: live legal, move with care, and protect peace at home. Second chances matter when you earn them, one solid step at a time. Share your thoughts with respect, not gossip. What part of this path stands out to you: the homes of the past, a private family life, the calm cars, or the reset on money? If you want more updates on verified moves and the 2026 release date, add a comment, then check back for fresh notes that keep the facts front and center.